G'day everybody, welcome to Lawnporn Live, a live stream about lawns and how to get a good one. My name's Matthew Dorm. Thanks for joining me tonight. I hope you've had a good weekend. Okay, so this is the weekly live stream that I do at 8 o'clock on a Sunday, Adelaide time, and I hope you are all well. Let me get the chat up and see who's about. Well, I hope you have had a great weekend. We had a brilliant weekend here in Port Augusta. Definitely a very, very nice winter weekend, 18, 19. Very cold in the mornings, but very sunny afterwards. So it was, 18, 19, not a cloud in the sky, lots of sun. I got a vid done today, so that was good. I'll just see who's viewing, who's on. I'll just let me change screens here. Peter Pan, g'day. Stephen, g'day. Bud. James Dog, first viewing, and you were, I believe. You liked the video even before it started. Hey Goddard, how you going, mate? I am well, thank you for asking. Ben Datson, hey big dog. How you going, fella? You make me smile every time I see your name pop up on my screen, mate, for sure. Aid Mackie, hey Matt, Big M, hey Matt, looking forward to another installment. Look, I haven't really got that much planned for tonight. My video that I did was about my tribute results. And look, we could go on a little bit about the tribute if you like, but look, if you've got a question, pop it up and let's do a bit of a question and answer tonight. I have got my video for next week already done, except I hadn't had time to do a little short clip thing. But what that will be, that'll be winter tips for fertilizing, which basically is the program anyway, but just goes into a little bit of the thought process about winter fertilizing, because a lot of people they do drop off at winter time. There's not much growth. They figure don't do it. Look, you can get by with that, but ultimately you should keep fertilizing a low level, little bit by little bit, quite often, and you'll come into spring in much better conditions, survive the winter obviously a lot better. Well, it sounds like I'm talking about the video anyway. Okay, I've got a few more g'days. More irrigation talk is good. Yeah, well, we could talk about irrigation, Big M, no problems. Caleb John's the cheat. Yeah, he's done quite well last 3 weeks. He's won something, and he's also got the shirt. He might be watching tonight, I don't know. Oh yeah, he is there. Hey Matt, there it is. yeah, for sure. Oh geez, I haven't transitioned this, so sorry. I'll do that now, and I'll move to the side here. Big mistake. I get carried away, and I don't know. I'm not looking at the transition screen. Sorry about that. So all right, I've got the chat up now. Sorry about that. And Caleb's not answering tonight. He's won enough. He's won basically the whole range. Thanks for the root builder, Tony Chiles. He's got that. Oh, that's good. Look, I've got to say before I get started, there is probably about 3 or 4 people that haven't got their prizes yet. I've got their emails and stuff like that. I just haven't sent off the emails to Amgro. Had a little bit issues with my email, and look, I just had a busy week. I'll get onto it tonight after the show and get that up and away. So, and there was one person, John Spiteri. He also had a prize from earlier, didn't go through, so that's probably one of the ones that didn't go through. I'll just double check that, and that might be Joe Spiteri there. That's Joe S. Hi Matt. I'm saying that might be. So look, a little bit more irrigation talk. I've submitted my design to Reese Irrigation. I haven't heard anything back, so there's not much I can really talk about in that sense. But look, what I am going to be doing is I'm going to be having Weathermatic pop-ups and Hunter MP rotators is my aim. They might come back with some sort of different idea, but I don't reckon they will. That stuff is pretty good, and I used it before. I don't think they'd want to change that. So I've got Designscape coming up. They're coming up on the 18th and the 19th to help me. I think Caleb wants to come and give us a hand as well, perhaps. I don't know. I haven't actually asked him. He offered to help me when I was going to do my front lawn in my other place, but I've since moved. So he might want to come along and say good day. Quite welcome to, Caleb, if that's what you want to do. And other than that, yeah, look, I haven't got any real updates, I'm sorry to say, but obviously I'll share it all with you. Oh, there is one thing. The wife and I were talking about the garden bed, and, check your comments up. Should I keep the garden bed and do something with it, or should I just make it just lawn? Wife kind of got stuck into me. There's a rose bush in there, produced a really nice rose today, and that got us thinking, got us talking. So, and I'm still up and ahhing about whether I should keep the garden bed, but no problems. Let's have a look. Okay, there's some more hellos. Luco, hi Matt and everybody. Stephen Nikolowski, I got my charger, mate. Thanks. Joe S, yes, I will get to that, mate. So he had a charger from before, and he's also won another bottle of charger a bit later, but for some reason he didn't get the one before. I am chasing that one up, so you'll be glad to hear that. And Big M, when do you plan on starting to put your irrigation in? 18th and 19th of July, so not too far away. And why I decided to do it then is, well, I didn't want to get stuck doing it in the middle of summer like I did the last place. I was installing irrigation at 45-degree heat. It was not nice at all. But the other thing was I wanted to get it done. Like, my lawn situation is obviously a bit different. The other one was a new installation of lawn, should I say. But, while it's crappy and it's not growing and it's not looking good, and I've got like mud patches still and everything like that, I wanted to get it done now, and, obviously in cooler weather, that's a bit more comfortable to do. And look, the trenching is going to look ugly for, about 6 weeks or something, thereabouts. And then I get to do my reno. It's all going to come in and cover up and even up, and it'll all look really, really good. So, if you have got an area that you're thinking of doing, spring, you probably want to start thinking about your irrigation install, at least a few weeks before your spring reno or something like that. And that's sort of what I'm doing. So thanks for that question. I hope that sort of answers what I'm thinking anyway. Okay. Hey, buddy, just wondering what fungicide you'd recommend for brown patch. I've heard that Patriot has been used before. Look, and the Chief Aquaflow is expensive dollars. Yeah, look, it's not going to be easy with brown patch, unfortunately. I would look at newturf.com.au, search up brown patch, which they've got in their weed identification things, and then have a look at some of the fungicides that can be used for brown patch, and then I would contact NewTurf for a quote. So that's what I would do. Look, I could... Oh, geez, why am I not getting the screen? I'm not getting the screen. Here we go. newturf.com.au. So if you go and that's nuturf.com.au. And if you don't already know, the Lawnporn stuff is a derivative of it's exactly the same as some of the new turf products. So if you go to Problem Solver, which is at the top right next to new turf in the thing there, and you go to disease, and then you go brown patch, and I can never remember this. So there's a whole heap of different ones, and Patriot's in there, so I was right with that, which is good. The Patriot they do in a 1 litre, and it's about, I think when I bought it was about $178. You just have to add to quote and then send it off to NewTurf, and that worked very, very well. There's plenty of other ones there to choose from. But all look quite expensive. Dedicate is there. Yeah, there's lots of different ones. Probably about 15 or 16 of them. So check out that. But look, I've had success with the Patriot before. So that's a good one. Right, so I've got to get back to my screen. And so Darren Cargill, I hope that is a good recommendation for you. And look, I used that Patriot at another bloke's place at Weiler back when I was doing that, and it seemed to do the trick. So that's something that is good. Okay. Garden bed goes to pot or something. I'm not exactly sure what Maddie's saying there. Sorry. There's a few more. Everybody saying that Stephen's a cheat now. What's going on with that? Yeah, Sally Long. I think my wife would very much agree with you. The garden bed, keep it. And I've had a few people get stuck into me and say the same thing. So, yeah, my wife is gonna like you, Sally. I think that's it. Any other people reckon it should be lawn? Come on, help me out. Nah, but tell me the truth if you want to check your truth on here. Matt, are we doing the trivia crap or numbers? That one gives me epilepsy. Jacko goes wacko for smackos. Look, we'll do a trivia. We'll just do 2 prizes tonight because I've got to catch up those other prizes. I'm sorry, just my week just totally got munted. Totally, my week was as useful as a chocolate fry pan. Put it that way. Yeah. Cheers, Matt. Your products rock. Thanks, Darren. Yeah, I hope that Patriot works out well for you. If you just hit add quote and then I think it makes a email and you got to email NewTurf. Now I have quite a few questions about the NewTurf stuff in the sense of why can't they just have an online shop? And I must admit I've asked the same question myself, but a lot of their products are registered, and it just can't be bought by the public super easily. So I think that's the reason why. Don't quote me on it. But I think that's the reason why they do, do email stuff first and give you a quote that way. I think they can get really into the telling you how to use it. And, if you've got any questions, if they have basically, I'm guessing here, but if they see a name that they haven't seen before wanting a certain product and they know that, there's quite a bit of things that you have to do to use that product, and they prefer to say, hey, we're not just going to sell you this stuff without you knowing that you need PPE gear and stuff like that, and blah 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 blah. So they're very cautious of that. So I think that's the reason why you need to email them, but don't be deterred by having to email them first. I know a lot of people say to me, oh look, I found another website, I just bought it there because it's available. That's your choice, obviously, but if you go to NewTurf and email them, I think you're just getting a little bit more support behind that side of the product. And it's they've sold to a lot of experienced people and they're very experienced themselves, so it's probably worth working out and giving them a few questions if you have some. So okay, Tony Chales, looking at a new this question comes up so much, so I'm going to answer this one for sure. Tony Chales, looking at a new turf installation, tossing up between Santa Ana or TifTuf, thoughts? They're very, very similar. They're absolutely really similar. And when I first got it, there's no way that I could tell that it was any different to Santa Ana. It is that similar. I reckon TifTuf beds in quicker. I think there's a lot more rhizome activity to TifTuf. It definitely uses much less water, in my opinion. I really tested it, and it goes into a drought dormancy very, very well and holds its colour and locks that in. So that might be something that's something that you like. It handles the shade a little bit better, although I did have a little bit of trouble. I think I was basically really on the edge with mine, with my under veranda bit that I had at the old place. It was obviously growing slow there, and I cut it a bit low a couple of times and sort of injured it with the cut, so to speak. Went a bit low, dug the guts out of it a little bit. The Swarmman that I had at the time as well wasn't cutting that great. It was a little bit blunt, and sort of grabbed it and it was just unfortunate it was at that spot. But to be honest, the it wasn't coming back as quick as I had hoped in that little area. I think Santa Ana would be pretty much the same. So I can't really say that there's much difference in the shade tolerance, although they reckon it is a little bit better. And I think it is slightly not as soft as Santa Ana. Santa Ana sort of spreads a little bit differently, where TifTuf wants to grow up more than sideways, that little bit. And if you're walking on it barefoot, you can notice, and it's very, very slight difference. Like, it's very, very soft, fine leaf couch. Don't doubt that it isn't. So it's something that I reckon it holds its colour better in winter than Santa Ana as well. I just think it is a much it's a subtle difference between that and Santa Ana, but TifTuf is just, I would pick that over Santa Ana anytime. I was offered it for my new place by Lawn Solutions Australia. However, I've sort of elected to go with the absolute munted lawn that I've got and improve that for a channel's perspective. People following it that haven't got the money to do a new install. But look, Santa Ana, TifTuf, I would pick TifTuf before I'd pick Santa Ana. That would be my choice. So I hope that helps you. I really like it in that 10 to 15 mil range. It's really a very, very dark and soft green. So I hope that helps. And I got Kate Goddard. Yeah, get rid of the garden bed. It'll look cleaner with just lawn. I like you, Kate. Thank you. Does anyone have Allura cylinder mower parts? Yeah, I don't know, mate. I don't know, Fat. I've got no idea on here. I don't know where you would go for that, to be honest. Here we go. Sally Long, I have TifTuf. My neighbour has Santa Ana. My grass is still green. Theirs is not. Well, there you go. Thanks for sharing that, Sally. It's interesting, but also there might be a difference in care there. So if it was cared exactly the same, it might be a little bit different. But that's certainly an interesting thing. Look, getting back to the TifTuf, you're not going to go wrong with that at all. Okay, how long have I been going for? 17 minutes. Seeing as I don't have a video, we might get into the the prizes first. We'll see what else comes up. Lefty Watt, hey, my first live chat. Big smile on the tongue hanging out. TifTuf here, neighbour has Santa. Mine's staying greener. Both are more green than Buffalo. Yeah, look, Buffalo tends to go not so great in the wintertime. It's not my favourite lawn. It's a larger blade, obviously a lot thicker. You need to grow it a little bit taller. It's not my thing. I can see why people do like it, but it does go off colour. Look, I don't mean to product bash here or anything, but if you can't stand the colour with Buffalo over winter, consider a pigment like Instagreen or something like Lawn Solutions. They've got the Colour Guard. Instagreen, you can mix that with Launch or Charger, or even Greenlight if you wanted to, but I'd probably just mix it with Launch. You want condition, and the Greenlight, the Instagreen will give you the colour. And look, Colour Guard is something from Lawn Solutions Australia, does similar things, and if you can't stand the colour, it'll get you a deep green colour for a little while at least. So don't knock it. But I'm not here to flog that stuff, so no, it's cool. How do you treat cooch in saltine? I'm not sure what that means, Jake. I'm sorry. what what's a good website to ID cooch grass type? Yeah, I'm not sure if there's a site that does different cooches and how to ID them. I'm sorry, I'm not aware of one. There might be. If anybody is doing a website like that, just or knows of a website like that, make a mention of it. Um, History giveaway. Yeah, we'll do a history giveaway if you like. Definitely good for the bugs and keeping the black beetle out the lawn. Matty Biggs got his Lawnporn hoodie from Tash. Yeah, look, tops from Tash. Why have I gone? What's going on? I've lost power. I've lost. What is going on? Hello. Hello. What's happened? Hello. Can people still hear me? Something's gone funny. Just give me a moment, everybody. Oh, shit. I think. One, two, three. Yeah, one, two, three. One, two, three. Hey, yeah, look, sorry guys, I had a bit of I got a tube amplifier here and it just died on me. This thing here, ooh, where is it? It just died on me, so I've just cut that out of the thing. It's quite hot. Maybe that was what was wrong with it. Houston, we have a problem now. Function. All right. You just said trip. Yeah, I did. Oh well, at least you heard me say that. For some reason, yeah, it just cut out kind of funny, and it definitely wasn't my headphone preamplifier. So, all right. Okay. Look, on that note, seeing as I'm all good now, we might as well get on to some trivia and hand out some history and some charger. How about that? Does that sound good? All right. Just let me get some trivia questions up. Sorry about the technical glitches tonight. That's the way it goes. Now, what I'll do. Now, what I'll do as well while this is setting up is I'll just remove the chat from here. Simply because a few people get upset when they see the things come up differently than what I say, and then they get in touch with me. Now, I will say this. Look, I see a different feed than what you guys see on the YouTube thing. It's slightly. Oh, come on. Sorry, I've got some technical issues with the other computer now. Alright. Okay, trivia. It's always a berserkus when I do this show, isn't it? Alright. And I'm not transitioning that properly. Okay. Alright. Okay, I'll be doing some trivia in a minute. Now, the things that I see, the feed that I see is different than the feed that you see on YouTube. So when people say that, I was the first one to say that and all that, it's the first one that I call out. I try and be as fair as possible as this. That's probably why I've removed the feed that's on the live screen tonight. You'll see your feed down the side of the video anyway. But it's the one that I see that I see first, and I call it out. I try to be as fair as possible. And look, the people that have got in contact with me about it have been really good sports about it. And going, oh look, I'll try another time and really appreciate what you do and everything like that. So I really appreciate that. But quite simply, if you feel that you're the first person to say the answer or something like that, it's the one that I'll call. I haven't got infinite budget when it comes to giving stuff away. I'll try to be as fair as I can. So I hope that explains that. All right, okay, let's have a look at some trivia questions. All right. Trivia questions and answers would be good. So I know what the answers are. Now, just give me a moment to jump onto my other feed so I can see what the other feed is. Your call is final, Matt. Thank you, Matty Biggs. Cool. All right. Let's see if I can find a decent one that, hopefully people know. Jeez. No, I don't like that website. That's silly, that one. I had to pay money to see the answer. It was crazy. Which email service is owned by Microsoft? That's the first one. That's for a history. So which email service is owned by Microsoft? Make it sport. I'll try and make a sport one in a minute. But the first question is which email service is owned by Microsoft? I might need to get in contact with them and see if my emails are working properly. So Microsoft own an email service, should I say? Server. And ADE Turf Equipment has got it. Hotmail. There you go. ADE Turf Equipment. So they've been playing every week, and they also sell the allets. ADE Turf Equipment. Can you comment if you've got any allets, any of the Kensingtons in stock, or any of the ones in stock ready to go? You probably sold most of them, hey? So they get that one. So a bottle of history for them. So that's cool. A lot of people saying Outlook. The answer was Hotmail, and my source here is scarymummy.com. There you go, Scary Mummy. All right. So all right. This is kind of a sport. Who starts first in chess? And this is for a bottle of Charger. Who starts first in chess? Charger. So ADE Turf said I can give it to anyone. They just wanted to play. So we'll have to give the history away again. Thanks, ADE Turf. Shane B. Oh, so close. There you go. You learn something every day. Hotmail. Matty Biggs has got white. Matty Biggs. Yes, white goes first in chess. So that's cool. So let me go back. Darren says I was first. Just see how you went with that question, Darren. See if I can give that bottle of history away to you. ADE Turf. See, this is what I mean. My thing changes it. Darren said make it sport. I didn't quite see the answer there, Darren. I'm sorry. All right, we'll probably have to do one more, seeing as ADE Turf has nicely given away their history prize. We'll do a redraw. We'll do a redraw of that. Why not? Sorry, let me get me down. Now, ADE Turf, they're saying Kensington 20H and Liberty 43 arriving in spring. So that means they've probably sold out of the ones that they've got. We only have the Allet C24 Shaver and Uplift 86 left. However, more of those units coming in spring as well. Well, that's amazing because they got a whole heap of stuff out and just boom, it went out the door. That's really, really good to see. The new Kensington in spring, that'll be hopefully we'll get a bit of a look at that, and that'll be really, really good. All right, we're doing a redraw for the history. How long does it take to hard boil an egg? And I'm going from the answer that I've got here. How long does it take to hard boil an egg? How long does it take? How many minutes? How many minutes does it take to hard boil an egg? I'm looking. Yeah, white was the answer for the last one. And I got Matty Biggs as my first answer on that. And I've got a Brendan Fox who's just answered this question. 7 minutes. 7 minutes to do a hard-boiled egg. So that's Brendan Fox. Okay, so Matty Biggs, you've won a bottle of Charger. You can swap it for anything that you want. So, mate, I think you've emailed me a few times. So just email me again and we'll get that prize, whatever you like, ordered. As well, Brendan Fox, bottle of History. History is fantastic for the black beetle in the lawn, gives you 3 months protection. Give us an email. It's matt@lawnpornonline.com and we'll organise that prize for you. Hey guys, bang on 8:30, half an hour of power here on Sunday night, Lawnporn Live, live stream about lawns and how to get a good one. I've had a lot of viewers tonight, so yeah, thank you very much for joining in. I hope everything's going great for you and great for your lawn. And look, I hope, especially in these times of COVID and everything like that, it's all creeping up again. Hopefully we don't get smashed by another wave of that. So just whatever you do, stay safe. And look, thanks for joining me tonight, and we'll catch you next week. Next Saturday at 12 p.m. is when I drop my video. It's already done. It's already ready. I've already uploaded it. That gives me a bit of a week to catch up on things, and that's what I'll be doing straight after the show. Is I'll be catching up on a whole bunch of emails and questions on the Lawnporn direct message. All right, I think that's about it. Thank you very much, and get your lawn on. Catch you later once I get this correct. All right, catch you later. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.